Welcome into Drew's Daily Diamonds for Friday, March 14th, 2025. I am Drew Martin breaking down the slate of games. We got conference tournaments going at you from the Big Ten Conference and the SEC Conference, guys. So let me know in the comments below where you agree, where you disagree. All is welcome. Your picks for today for Conference Championship weekend as we got two big-time matchups here. And we're not going to have to wait long. 12 noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. It is on the Big Ten Network, Gamebridge Fieldhouse, Indianapolis, Indiana. Top 25 matchup between Oregon and Michigan State. We are seeing the Spartans minus 5-point favorites, 143 being the total. Michigan State, what a season. 26-5, 17-3 in the Big Ten Conference. And Tom Izzo's team, one thing you can notice, they covered numbers, 22-9 against the spread. One of the most profitable teams in major college basketball this season. And actually, the Spartans have won and covered 7 straight, printing some money here. The number one defensive efficiency team, number one rebounding team, number one three-point defense, number 2 free throw percentage in the Big Ten Conference. So you can see why it's kind of the ball's bouncing their way in terms of cash and tickets. Oregon, Dana Altman's team has played some good basketball, particularly down the stretch. I just see this matchup as Michigan State the more talented team, and I think this number's short. -5 here. I wouldn't be surprised if we get some money towards the Spartans. I mean, they won the first matchup over Oregon by double digits. I could see them doing it again here, guys. So we're going Michigan State, and we're laying the short number, at least in my opinion, -5 to tip us off here on the weekend starter Friday card. Got a short show for you. You know, as we get these big time games in conference tournament week, we get kind of less games to choose from. So I don't want to pepper the board too much, but do have the best bet for the show coming your way in recap of the show recap. I know a lot of you guys in the comments below, which I appreciate. Always reminding me, recap it, which is more than fair. 21-13 the last 15 days on the show, 62% winners plus 6.7 units of profit. $100 better is up $670 the last 15 days. And a reminder, if you're new to sports betting, that is off the -110 model. You know, we are laying the number or betting the total. Pretty much we're not, giving out -150 money line favorites and then claiming 62%. So did want to throw that out there. That does include 2-1 on Wednesday plus 0.9 units of profit, although it does not include the Thursday results because I am recording this show on Thursday and I don't know the results yet. But either way, guys, do appreciate everybody commenting below. It helps out the algorithm on YouTube, smashing that like button as well. Anything is, I'll be in there chiming in the comments with you. If you're interested in premium picks, check them out. Experts page, Drew Martin, WagerTalk.com. We'll have conference tournaments up and, of course, the NCAA tournament and the NIT, all those kind of secondary tournaments as well, which actually can be better money makers. So if you're interested, rest of March Madness is discounted. Drew Martin, experts page, WagerTalk.com. All right, we got best bet for the show here. It's only an hour later, so we're going to know the results on Friday pretty early. We will be in with a Saturday show, so come back and join us. But let's talk the best bet here. 1 o'clock Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific on ESPN, nationally televised game from Bridgestone Arena, Nashville, Tennessee. It is the Ole Miss Rebels and the Auburn Tigers. Auburn -10 and a hook as the favorite, 154.5 being the total. Sidewise, I think it's a tough one. If you made me pick, hey, I'm wearing an Auburn hat, I would look towards Auburn, but I'm not actually going to bet the side, guys. I like this total. Auburn, first off, coming in, kind of a tricky handicap right now, in my opinion. 27-4 for the season, 15-3 in the SEC. A great resume overall. However, Bruce Pearl's team has lost the last 2 games of the regular season, and this is their first game in the conference tournament, whereas Ole Miss is coming off of a hard-fought victory, 83-80 over Arkansas. So, I almost go back and forth on a neutral site here. Conference tournament, does one game under your belt help you? I think it actually might. That's part of the reason I'm staying off the side, plus the fact it is 10.5. They're going to have to cover a pretty large number talking about Auburn. Instead, I'm going after this total, guys. Mid-150s. We're talking about the Auburn Tigers. I mean, number 1 offensive efficiency team in the entire country. This team can score, and sure enough, it shows in their totals record. They're 20-11 to the over on the season. That includes 5 straight over the totals in their last 5 games, 10-2 their last 12 games to the over. So this team is scoring, and they're not playing as much lockdown defense towards the end of the season. Now, looking at Ole Miss, 4 straight overs themselves. Chris Beard's team starting to score more, almost that same profile of scoring more, going faster, and not playing the same level of defense. 6 of their last 7 games to the over. And I mentioned that Arkansas game. That was 83-80, 163 points. That game went well over. And both of these two teams better on offense, and they both foul a bunch. It's kind of a weakness here. So I think that projects into more stoppages in this game, which can help the over as well. And lastly here, guys, maybe most importantly, looking at the previous 2 matchups, Ole Miss and Auburn played each other twice throughout the regular season. First one, 106-76. And the second one, 92-82. Both high-scoring, high-possession games, 182 points and 174 points. So both those first 2 matchups getting over this total by 20 or more points. I think it's more of the same, guys. Ole Miss and Auburn, I think they get into the 160s and beyond, maybe like the first 2 matchups, 170s, maybe even 180s. So 154.5, I think it's short. We're going over Ole Miss and Auburn for the best bet of the show. And in recap, we got the Michigan State Spartans tipping us off the weekend starter, -5-point favorites in the Big Ten matchup over Oregon. That's going to do it for the Friday show, guys. Always appreciate you chiming in below, smashing that like button. Enjoy the rest of your Friday. Cash those tickets. We'll be back on Saturday. Come back and join us.